All right, everybody. Welcome. This is Game 6 of Season 4 of the Waves King of the Hill. This is David Y. Stevenson, president of the Wave Gamers. This is very exciting. We have Gal trying to go for his third win as king. For those that don't know, in the King Hill tournament, there's a king, and then we have players come into a lobby. One player challenges. They draft teams, and then if we see who wins, you get a point. And that's how the tournament works. Gal's trying to go for his third win in a row here. He's been king for 2 matches, won them both. ChangeMachine is a challenger, and I think this is going to be a very interesting game. Last game, ChangeMachine was on Gal's team and just wrecked face with the sniper. I mean, wrecked face. Grumble, do you remember what his kill score was at the end?
I don't think he died, so I'm pretty sure it was a
he
perfect,
did not die.
It was a clean run. I'm not sure what the final score was, no, but Gal's team did well.
15.
ChangeMachine, I wouldn't say he totally won it for them. They were doing well anyway, but he was a big part of why they won. Yeah, a big part.
And of course, this is Grumble Duke of Grumble Duke Gaming with me. I'm actually on his stream right now. Grumble Duke, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing quite good.
So polite, aren't we?
So polite. But yeah. So ChangeMachine's had a very good showing so far this tournament. Very good showing. This is actually the first game where he's captained. So it'll be interesting to see if he can turn some of his play success into leadership success. He's of course been a longtime member of the Wave Gamers. He's a member of our Wave North America team. I believe plays safe lane carry for them, but he's comfortable in every position. Usually plays safe lane carry or mid. Very talented player, really great guy. So it'll be interesting to see how he does in this King of the Hill tournament. I don't think he's ever captained before in any of our King of the Hill seasons in the past. So it'll be interesting. We start off with a yes, ChangeMachine never captained.
Thinking that he may have done once, but I'd have to check the archives.
You have to check the archives.
I would have to check the archives. Exactly. So forget me. Carry on.
No problem. So we have Tide Hunter first ban coming out from the Dire. Radiant responds with Radiant first ban, then a Tide ban from the Dire, and then a Razor ban again from the Radiant. Grumble, any thoughts on what this last ban will be from the Dire?
Faceless Void.
Yeah, you're so smart.
I know, right? I'm good. Razor, that's an interesting one for the first.
He's kind of been picking up a little. Juggernaut, though. Sure. I think Juggernaut is probably the hero to talk about in this meta. Someone that really was considered very weak. I remember you having some pretty negative things to say about him before the last patch, but he has really skyrocketed it up, at least 6.83. And even during the Nemesis Assassin event, strong against PA, of course, but starting to get some play. What do you think of the Juggernaut here as the first pick?
I think it could work really well. I don't exactly hate Juggernaut. It's just I think people see him as just another great carry, and he's not just another great carry. He's only good at very specific things. He's not hugely reliable just in terms of, oh, there's a fight going on. Not to worry, Juggernaut is here. Not unless you're miles ahead on him. Then he can be. Or not unless the other team is like just comprised of magic users and it's all single target. So there's nothing that goes through BKBs. So Blade Fury is the best ability in the game. You're fine. But just generally, it's very hard to pick him right and play him right. And from what I have picked up from the meta, despite being away for a bit last month, we're seeing a lot of different skill builds coming out from him. Sometimes you're maxing the healing ward and doing it that way. Sometimes it's lots of points and stats.
We'll see the Kuroki build on Juggernaut, the crazy max stats, don't level anything except your ult pretty much build.
Here's my question to you, because I tend to put a few stats in Juggernaut early. What do you think of stats?
I am a big fan of stats. I think not leveling stats stats is majorly underrated, in my opinion. I'll put simply put.
I'll give you that. I'll 100% give you that. AA Centaur, though, I really like that. Deadly early, because the Stomp is just so good.
Explain what's so strong with that combo.
Stomp is just so good, level 1, for making sure that you can land cold feet. It's just one of the many ways of doing it. It requires very, you've got to be very switched on in order to be able to get it. You're talking about kind of like when you're contesting top rune at the 0-minute mark and things like that. But you get fun things out. And also great for supporting a teamfight team. Both of those heroes. They don't make the team fight themselves, but they're great at supporting a team fight team.
Do you think we're likely to see an aggressive tri-lane coming out from the Dire, based on, if you think they're strong early on?
I think that might have been what they were hoping for into this Juggernaut. I don't know how well it will go into a Juggernaut Wraith King combo. That's a lot of healing if the Wraith King chooses to stand in a
There's a
defensive
lot
tri
of
lane against an
5-man
aggro
push.
try and then level up his lifesteal aura, which I think would be the only time you might do that.
There's a lot of 5-man push from the first 2 picks of the Radiant.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what they're thinking. But they're going to need some range to make this work. Unless they plan, assuming that these 2 heroes are laning together, which is most likely. Juggernaut can go mid, Wraith King can go off lane, but probably these heroes are going to be in the same lane. That's going to be 2 very melee-ish hero. Wraith King has a somewhat range stun, but definitely going to need to find the right person to complement this tri lane if that's their hope. Silencer ban for the Radiant, as well as a Magnus ban for the Dire. Magnus is an interesting ban. I actually think that's very smart. I think Magnus and Juggernaut work very well together because Juggernaut has exceptionally high attack speed, but as you talked about, isn't really a true late game carry, not someone that you want to build a Battle Fury on. And sometimes people do it anyway just because it's kind of his attack speed is so good. It's you almost feel like you're missing out without it. So Magnus is a great way to kind of have your cake and eat it too there. But it's banned out, and Sniper banned out from the Dire. I do not think they want to see another ChangeMachine Sniper, although I'm pretty confident he'll be on the Juggernaut.
Yeah, I don't think we would have seen that. Noticeable as well that the other 3 heroes they picked up were the big AoE stunners. I think Gal did this last game as well, and it's not the worst way to go, but it's not always the best either. It's going to be tricky. And the other thing I was going to say, from what you just said, is I have a feeling Change might be looking at dual lanes here, with Juggernaut being the off lane carry and Wraith King being the safe lane.
What makes you say that?
I've been seeing. I think it's a standard thing for the Wave.NA team, which of course changes on.
I see. I did not know that.
I think I've seen them do that a couple of times.
With those particular heroes, or just dual
lane? No.
In
Just always being willing to dual lane in a guild which is generally very tri-lane oriented. I'll confess that.
I would love for dual lanes to get strong. I think dual lane Dota is more fun to watch. It's more fun to play. It's more strategically interesting. I certainly hope that they become more prominent. I know the meta has been trying to nudge that way, not really successfully in the past, but if it can be done, I'm for it.
I think it could be done. To be honest, though, I think what we might see more of, or more likely is kind of where the meta is going, is 1 core in every lane and then a pair of roaming supports.
Sure.
That I think would be. Would that be enough for you?
No, I want dual. Yes, and that's basically what we have. But the problem is, right now you have this sort of theoretical tri lane in which supports often are roaming. I would like to see the default be dual lanes and have both supports be able to roam together or independently. That's what I'm saying. I feel like there's a lot more ways, a lot more machinations that type of lineup and that type of distribution can go for. Anyway, we have the Invoker picked up from the Dire. We haven't seen an Invoker. I don't think we've seen an Invoker yet in King of the Hill. At least this season.
No, I don't think we have. You might be right. It's a long, long way from the days when we had Proton playing, and
back when
every game would be Invoker. Yeah,
absolutely.
That would really just win a game.
Invoker, I think, is pretty strong right now. I don't know how much of the Asian Championship Series you were watching before this game, but there's an Invoker, I believe it's either Game 1 or Game 2, I can't remember, that just got an early Orchid and just destroyed people with a Drow Ranger aura. I wonder if that's what we'll be seeing here. Lit picked up.
I have been seeing a lot of Drow for the aura. I actually haven't seen an Invoker game recently, but I'd love to see it coming back, and I'm also looking forward to seeing Meta playing. I know he loves it, and I think that's probably a pickup for him.
I think he's an underrated Invoker player.
He is an underrated Invoker player.
He plays a very good Invoker. He's known for his Bristleback, for his Rubik, but I think his Invoker is very good. It's not, I don't know that it's the best Invoker in the world, but it's good. He's a solid Invoker player. Thinks it through, has a lot of different ideas with it. Pretty creative, pretty innovative. So hopefully that is the case. I would like to see that too.
I'd be very interested in seeing this.
I like this Lich picked up because I think that is one of the better options to round off this tri lane. They have a stun with Wraith King, they have damage with Juggernaut. Lich adds a slow, some more reliable harass, a way to control a lane that's kind of relatively weak. The other heroes are strong laners, but not good lane controllers, and Lich sort of helps manage that. And plus with the healing ward, potential lifesteal passive, have more ways to have a way to pull the wave back as well as push it. So I think it's a good pick for the Radiant here. Good tri lane rounding support.
If that was rounding out the tri lane and that was going to be our, Juggernaut, Wraith King, and Lich, I wouldn't worry too much as Centaur. I don't think.
That's a good point.
Because what you would do is you would hang around, not aiming to get last hits hugely for the first until you've got a bit of a level advantage and a little bit more tank.
Right.
Especially until you've got your tranquil boots, and then you can just run forward and double edge. And
I don't know. I think
none of those heroes can stand up to that well. And
do you think a Wraith King Juggernaut, a Wraith King stun into Juggernaut spin into Lich slow? I think they can kill a Centaur. I can see that.
that's why I'm saying hang back until you've got a few levels and you can make
Okay.
sure that whenever you go forward, you're healed up to near full from your
Lich
tranquil
is
boots.
also a great dual lane hero. To your earlier point.
10 seconds.
Sure,
to
yeah,
go.
that could be in support of a
Part
dual
of the
lane.
reason that Lich has sort of fallen off is that he doesn't really help get kills in a tri-lane that well.
No.
But he's really good at helping you win lanes that are difficult.
I think they need to
Bristol
change
back
ice
off.
armor. I just
Oh, you don't think it's good?
no, it's not that I don't think it's good. I don't think it's. I don't know.
I think people forget to cast it. It's one of those spells that I don't like because you have to spam it all the time. You know what I mean?
But you
have to
can't.
constantly be
You can put it on
clicking.
autocast, but then you're spamming it on
But that's-
creeps and stuff.
Doesn't
It's
work.
weird.
Yeah, exactly.
5
I
seconds.
think they should increase its effectiveness and meaningfully increase its cooldown. Any spell that's just sort of a passive benefit needs to be powerful and low, but at high cooldown, or else it's just kind of annoying to play with.
I'd like it if it was autocast only on heroes, and you could just put it on and forget about it, and it was just cool because whenever you're near Lich, you've got this little. That I'd be happy with.
Yeah, okay.
As it is-
that would work too.
I think it's just a bit weird. Did they make it so you could put it on towers now? Is that right?
Yes.
That's
Yes,
cool.
correct.
That was a nice change.
But then you have to think about when you put it on the towers. It's too much clicking. Too much clicking.
10
But anyway,
seconds
Zeus
to
picked
go.
up for the Dire. Interesting. I
5
wonder if we're going to see Invoker not mid this game.
Dyer's
Meta is definitely happy on an offlane Invoker,
He
but
is. He
that
is.
would be weird then. I'm
Big
more
lane
inclined to think we're
Invoker,
seeing a
aggro
support
drives a
Zeus.
Centaur. But
I'm-
yeah, absolutely could be support Zeus.
I think support Zeus. They've also got a fair amount of global now. And
True.
course-
A lot of global actually. Everything's global. Everybody.
Sure, I mean global damage. I was thinking, so Centaur
But
doesn't
j-
quite
but
fit the
yes.
mold for that. But the problem is, I mean, it's a proper
Seconds to
face
go.
rush coming out from Radiant
It is.
here with a
It
huge amount of
absolutely
heal
is.
in it as well, and that's the
Seconds.
worst
This is a-
kind of face rush.
This is a bad team to go global on. I mean, the
It
Radiant.
really is. It
I mean,
really
it's sort of the
is.
opposite of the last game we talked about how do you handle these very ganky teams, your Spirit Breakers, global strats, things like that. The answer is you have a team that wants, or at least is very willing to group up as 5, push, and take team fights. Take towers, take team fights, go at you. And
Absolutely.
the Radiant has a perfect team for doing that. And I'm not sure where Dire is drafting. They seem to be drafting into the Radiant strategy.
10
I think the
seconds
problem
to
that Dire are
go.
going to have is they've drafted Squishy. Even the Legion
Absolutely.
Commander. I do like the Legion Commander pickup. It's a great counter for Bristle. Because, of course, you can force
Legion
him to
and
face in one
Centaur are
direction.
both tanky. Those are tanky heroes. I call them tanky.
I don't call them tanky in this context. Not against Jug, Wraith King, and Bristle. They're not
Storm Spirit.
enough.
I didn't expect that.
So
Let's
yeah, I'm
change
thinking
the play.
offlane Bristle
Juggernaut
back.
goes for
We're
the
going to see your
Storm.
tri-lane, and then mid-Storm Spirit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dire is a bit weirder.
I'm not sure about this Storm Spirit pick. I mean, ChangeMachine, I know again can play it happily, quite well. He'll probably have a good game. But to your point, I think they should have committed to the 5-man. And right now, you know, the one thing about Lich is that his ultimate against heroes, players that are know what they're doing. Against heroes that know what they're doing. Ooh, we see early drawing here. It looks like Radiant is planning an early move into the Dire jungle to place wards, so we'll keep an eye on that. But while it's paused, Lich, his biggest weakness, I would say, is that his ultimate against players that know what they're doing can be very ineffective when you don't have any way to keep people together. You know, you really need a disruptor, a faceless void, something that's going to keep people in one space so that they can. The ultimate has time to bounce around, and I don't really see good tools for doing that on the Dire. They have one single target stun, two single target stuns, and Lich is slow. That's and goo, but no big lockdown. So it'll be interesting to see how big of a deal that is. But still, I think they have enough. Grom, would you like to introduce one of the teams, Dire Radiant?
Certainly, yeah. I'll introduce Radiant since I've got the camera
Go for it.
pointed at him. I was going to say, since you're lead casting, please be careful to talk about where you're looking, because I've got to follow the
Yes,
camera
right
around.
now, we're
No.
early smoke from the Radiant. Let's actually hold off on the introduction, because I think we're going to see a collision here in this top rune. Dust leading the way. He's got the stun. He runs into Gao. He throws it out on Legion Commander. She gets hit. Right click's coming out. Here comes Hava. He's spinning out Hava. I do not think Gao can get out of here. It's level 1 goo from the Bristleback, and Gao is absolutely dead. And the
That
kill
was
goes
quick.
to Change Machine.
Accept this honor on behalf of Storms.
Battle will commence.
And Meta was typing a nice little message out to Change in the middle of that as Change picks up first blood.
Oops.
Oh dear.
Yikes.
Oh dear.
Change to just type back. Okay,
Okay, we'll do, bro.
we'll do. Although it is level 1 goo for the bristleback. That's
Not great. And level 1 kills like that aren't too huge.
no. Oh, the answer not over. Now Change Machine. I'm sorry. Haha is just walking in here. External error. Dust did not have enough mana for the stun, or I think Centaur would have died. Dust sitting on top of this rune, but no one's blocking for the Radiant here. No one's blocking for either team, except Meta on the mid lane. Good job, Meta.
Good job, Meta.
Centaur is probably going to get a little bit of a block here in the off lane as his bristleback. I'm sorry. Please go ahead with the introductions. Pretty quick while we have a second.
Right, so first of all, for Radiant on the mid, we have ChangeMachine getting his bottle sent out to him early. I think one mistake he made was not picking that up and getting it sent out as soon as they got the kill, because he could have done. He had 720 gold or so at that stage. But yeah, it's arrived to him now, so it's a very early bottle on our mid Storm Spirit. We've got Lich being played by External Error down on the bot lane, supporting a Juggernaut going to be played by Hava, and we've also got Wraith King being played by Dust, who's going to be supporting there as well. And finally for the Radiant, up on the off lane, we have got Gimli taking one of his favourite heroes actually, the Bristleback.
I didn't know that was one of his favorite heroes.
It is. He really likes it.
I never seen him play it. Anyway, so for the Dire, playing the Legion Commander, actually as a safe lane carry here, we have Gal. He's leveled overwhelming odds, level 1, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. In the off lane, it's going to be Centaur Warrunner, played by Haha Loon, just literally standing in the lane, getting XP. In the mid, we do have the mid Invoker, played by Metamorphosis. I will be very happy to see Meta on this hero in lane, but especially in the mid game when he has a chance to move around and have some fun. Supporting on the top lane, we have Zeus being played by Monster. They're moving towards this bristleback. He's kind of getting surrounded, but they have no stuns in the safe lane. It's going to be very difficult for them to get a cold feet proc or kill Gilmy. As I said, a lot of damage does come out, but he should be fine. Let's walk back to base. Has a salve. Should be fine. But that was a lot of damage.
They're a nuke team. They can get him from nuke if he's not cautious.
Absolutely. And rounding it off, Shadow Man. Leveling up that cold feet, supporting the Ancient Apparition also on the top lane. He's going to go for the side pull and gets it. Excellent pull there.
Good job.
Shadow Man.
Good job.
Very well played. Wraith King's going around the back on this Centaur Warrunner. They're pinging him out. They're going to go for him. They need to block off this northern route. He gets
Oh,
a great
nice stun.
Dust will get this stun, though.
I'm not sure they wanted to waste that mana. Oh yeah, no, they've got it. They've got it.
Oh, but Haha can't run. Great body block there from Hava. Hava just stands there. He's going to cut off the other side. They're going to get this kill.
Wow. This is some fun jukes right here.
I don't think he can survive.
I
they are
don't, but
wasting a lot of time.
he's wasting a huge amount of their time.
And the kill goes to Wraith King. So, you know, could have been worse.
Not too bad. He almost made it out there, and that was really fun to watch. Dust is nicking a few of the last hits here, which he needs to watch.
Let's take a quick.
Oh, up on top lane. Gimli being brought very low again. Same with Gal though, actually.
Yeah, doing about as much damage as Gal as they are to him. Really need those stuns. Taking a quick look at the last hits, we see ChangeMachine off to a strong start here on the Storm Spirit, 13-2. Juggernaut's still having a pretty good game in the safe lane with 10 last hits. And then it's Meta riding up the top 3 with 10 as well on the Invoker. So, no big surprises here. ChangeMachine, again, off to a very strong start. But everyone's sort of holding their own. Legion Commander's been going for some kills on this Bristleback, so it doesn't quite have as many last hits. But it's an early 2-0 lead for this Radiant team.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a hugely hot Invoker player, but are Facebook's normal for a Quaswex Invoker?
I think that they definitely were less normal. You know, I'll say 6 months, a year ago. But I've seen more Phase Boot Squash Wex Invokers now. I think people are realizing that Wex gives attack speed, and going for damage items on a Quaswex Invoker is not necessarily a bad idea. It's not necessarily a good idea, but it is more doable than one might think.
I can see it. I also like the habit that Radiant are in here, dealing with the creep waves with a double stack. It's slightly less farm for the supports, but it can be a really nice way of just making sure that when you pull, you really are starving the offlaner.
A pretty big proponent of the stack pull as opposed to defaulting to the chain pull. Do you want to maybe give some more information about why you feel like that's stronger than people may realize?
I think it's just always good to have the option, because it's very easy for offlaners to soak up some experience if you're doing a chain pull. It's very easy for them to sometimes get in and get either kills or some last hits as well. Much easier to steal the stack, much easier to be ganked from the mid. And it's just worthwhile considering. The only reason I go on about it is because I don't think people talk about it at all.
Sure.
And chain pulling is so tricky to learn that once you've learned it, you kind of want to do it all the time.
Right.
But that's the only reason I go on about it. It's a situational thing.
Good point.
Gimli
is low again on this top lane. No longer has a salve, has a couple stick charges. They're going to get another pull off in here. He's walking forward. I believe that Legion Harass missed on him, but he's down to 200 health, and he may be forced to go back, or at least stay away from what could be an experienceable, which is not a word, but it should be experienceable. Can we start that? Okay, he's just gonna head back. Dire should push this wave in. Actually,
a wave from which he can draw experience.
Yeah, there's not a word for that, but there should be. That should be a word. We should start one.
Experienceable. Experiential is a word.
Yeah,
not
but that's
entirely what it means.
No, it's not. Unfortunately.
Sadly, come on.
I think experienceable
English dictionary.
is silly but understandable. I'm okay with that. Anyway, this conversation is silly and not really understandable.
Good for you.
Dust is sitting here in this mid lane, but he may casually walk into a smoke gank though. Oh, Dust. Oh, the Lux. Oh, but
the poor Lux.
Into dying, perhaps.
He's got high ground to get away from this. He should be fine. Meta's going to be mad that he lost his smoke gank though. That's what'll be going on in their chat room right now.
Dust is one of those players. He's a talented player. He's not the biggest tryhard, so I don't think he would think that he's the best player in the world. He has his ups and his downs. He's a really nice guy, a really fun guy to play with. But he's one of those guys that, for good or for bad, he tends to sort of walk into making stuff happen sometimes, even when he has no idea that what he's doing.
Meanwhile, action up on top lane.
Yep.
Don't think anything's going to happen though. Radiant are out of mana. Dust actually being brought low. They want him. Zeus doesn't have ult.
Oh, there's Meta. He's got stuns. Yummy's going for 2 supports. Oh, great tornado. Oh, stick charges to save their life. Meta needs a couple more last hits, but everyone else had to run. Okay,
they're
so
get him.
Low.
I thought they would. That was unusually slow reactions from Meta.
Well, the tornado was spot on.
He got the tornado nails. Sure.
I mean, absolutely, Ancient Apparition and Zeus would have died were it not for that tornado. And they're both, thanks to themselves, I think, both at the full health. So, great tornado.
This is the great time to do this, as he has just put his team on the board with the first kill. But Meta's Invoker, if we just have a quick look at the fashion, is amazing. It is.
Oh, Centaur actually dies on bottom,
just
I believe,
amazing.
to a Juggernaut ult.
My word, missed that.
But that should give us some time to actually, I will put this in showcase mode because I could not agree more. Meta has one of, I can't actually put it in showcase mode, but he has one of the better Invoker combos. It's hard to forget. It stands out.
You sit up and take note.
It's quite a set, so I'll spin it around a couple times. He's got them big shoulders that everyone likes on Invoker, but it's really the hat. It's the hat that puts it all together.
Oh, but he's caught out by ChangeMachine here. Invoker. Doesn't have a huge amount of mana to get himself out of this, but I don't think he'll have a huge amount of problems.
He needs TV rotations. He needs to be calling for help.
Is anyone coming for him? Oh, with an EMP maybe. There's going to be quite a lot of mana burnt off Change. He walked straight back into that Remnant. That was unfortunate, and no rotations.
Been a dead Storm Spirit and a saved Invoker. Although, I mean, there was a fight going on up top. I guess that explains it in part.
So get rid of the Radiant Mobs. You can, by the way, take it into showcase mode. If you click on them, there's a little button in the portrait.
I clicked the wrong button. Okay, sorry.
If you can't press the hotkey because the hotkey is now some other thing.
Hashtag David is Noobcaster.
No.
Storm Spirit's coming up here to the top lane though. He's got an invisibility rune, but not a lot of mana. A couple bottle charges.
And mana boots.
He's gonna need a really good opportunity for this to work.
Might get it.
This should be interesting.
There's only 2 heroes up here. Oh, he wants this Shadow Man
so bad. He wants it. He wants it so badly.
He's like, I'm gonna get you.
There we go. Dust coming in as well. Oh my god, they're all here.
He's pretty dead.
Shadow Man. Oh, and Meta can TP. Meta can TP in support. There's gonna be a tornado coming here. I think there it is.
Yep.
It catches. Are they gonna get a duel? They are gonna get a duel.
Meta making plays with that Invoker.
This is what we were expecting.
This is what we hoped for, and I think we're seeing it.
Fly free, little one. Fly free. Fly free. Oh, and Harbour actually being brought kind of low here, doing a huge amount of... Oh, and slightly mistimed there from Centaur. That would have been a kill on Harbour.
Oh, he goes
otherwise.
for the kill on Centaur. He wants the air on this Ancient Apparition, but he's not going to get it. Cold Feet procs on him. Shadow Man should walk away, but External Air is chasing. He's fast, but a little bit more cooldown on that Frost Blast, and he's not going to get it.
Yeah,
There's a
it was
TP
close.
top for Gimli. This dual melee off lane is not the prettiest thing I've seen in my life, but it's been effective. They got a couple kills off of it.
The dual melee off it? What, Dust and Gimli?
Yes.
Oh, Dust has been roaming. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a dual off lane. Would you?
Okay, fair. I really think that if Dire had some stuns in this tri lane though, they could have really punished some of these rotations, especially
I would
against the
agree.
Storm Spirit. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, they have Legion Commander is good. Invoker good, can drain mana. Centaur can stun, but I really feel like someone needs to pick up an Orchid. They need more lockdown. I really would like to see Invoker pick up an Orchid. I really.
Meta's
would
going for Harbour there. Gets the Cold Snap proc. Forced to use Bladespin to
Should
get
be
away.
fine. Ooh, Meta's walking in though. And Pete comes out. AA's here. Smoked, but no one's low enough. AA now walks forward. Meta's got that health regeneration. Should be fine. I believe the Stampede was primarily to help out top lane, or Bristleback was diving. Oh, Storm Spirit dives here in the mid lane. Great stun from Haha and good reflexes, but the Wraith King stun comes out. I'm pretty sure he's still dead. There's going to be no TPs in. Wouldn't make a difference. Gets a double edge here on Dust. If Dust doesn't kill his tower, one more hit. 80 health, but he survives.
He's as the kids are saying, he's Gucci. He, as the young ones say, the younglings. It's Gucci. Is that right?
Yes, you're correct. I enjoyed that.
It's Gucci.
It reminds me of your British guy meme. That I could just that was sort of a British guy meme moment right there.
My British guy meme?
You are the lead publicizer of the meme.
What? I feel I should have a better idea about what you're talking about. But meanwhile, on bottom, a big push, and that was a duel. I didn't think it was, but it was. Sorry, you're lead casting. Go, go, go.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, Dust is going for this Metamorphosis, but he's getting out. Pops an Urn Charge, and Dust now trapped between Shadow Man and Haroon. There's the reincarnation, but Meta's there for the right clicks now as well. Dust really isn't going to be able to get much off. Actually, might.
Meta's going to die from this TP. Meta's dead.
Ooh, no, he's not.
He's dead.
Oh,
Dodge
yes, he is.
tornado.
Well played there by Change.
Dust making plays in his own way. Dust is the only player I know that can make a play by getting himself somehow inexplicably trapped in the tree line and dying. And
Oh, Change just ran out of mana. He would have had that AA. Because he would have got the haste rune, and then he would have had mana, and he would have been fought. That would have been a dead AA, but he stopped on top of the cliff.
His arcane boots are off cooldown. He just didn't have the mana to cast them.
Oh, that hurts.
That's how close it was.
That hurts. And not in a.
Storm Spirit is going for the
physics
Ochre,
sense.
and it looks like Meta's going for the Orchid too. Yay! I think that's very much the right decision. Meta's going towards this Juggernaut.
He's not going to let this Juggernaut farm in peace ever, and I think that might have been a little bit too quick to pop Blade Fury. I don't know, up against Meta, you kind of want to keep that in the pocket, I think.
So 9-4 here, Radiant off to a pretty decent lead. We'll take a quick look at the gold graph here. It's a 4K gold lead for the Radiant, so a strong start. Legion's won a couple duels, about a 4K XP lead as well. How do you feel like this is going to work for the Dire? Can they go late against?
Oh, Gal going for another duel on external error, and he gets
It
it.
again. 30 stolen damage.
It's good. It's very, very good. Makes the next few easier.
Zeus is here now. But Bristleback's now getting some farm on the top lane. Just got power treads and the stout shield up. What do you think Bristleback's next item is here, Grumble?
Pipe. I'm almost
think it should be
certain it
pipe?
should be pipe. Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Legion is a physical DPS. Everything else is magical. And Legion is very respectable
Emily's
physical
going on,
DPS.
being this cold snap, but he's got a lot of health.
He does,
Cold
but
snap is just
he's
so
got no
annoying
mana.
with his urn, though.
What's the
But here
cooldown
comes
on
Lich.
Tornado?
Ooh,
External
Meta needs to
error.
be careful. Meta's in trouble.
He is in trouble. Well, no, I don't think he's in too much trouble.
Frost blast in 1 second.
Oh!
Ooh, wrong
I don't know if that's
decision.
going to help. In fact, no, that'll help.
The Frost Blast would have had a higher chance of killing him than that would.
Oh, Meta's
And now
actually
just
going to be
have
perfectly
Cold Gem.
happy
Oh,
with this, I think. If he can just get a little bit
That
more
was-
mana regen, he's going to have Tornado. And they don't have any detection. This is going to be great.
Trapped again.
Dust is this is and any caster who's ever watching Dust, just never take the camera off him. This is amazing.
Every game he has been, if not the star, the point of interest.
ChangeMachine going now on
Monster's
Monster.
gonna get caught out by the ChangeMachine.
But there's Gal. There's a duel. Monster makes it out.
and that
and
is another one duel here for Gal. 40 damage stolen.
That was
What
excellent,
a big
excellent play.
turnaround. We were just a second talking about 9 and 4. How's the Dire
I
gonna
was
handle
gonna say
this?
I hadn't even had a chance to answer your question, and now it's.
Yeah,
I was totally gonna predict all of this. Totally, 100%
absolutely.
legit.
Look at the gold graph. Look at that sharp turn down.
Still
Look at
not
that
caught up though.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think it's just catching up now.
Radiant structures
Still not
have
caught up
been
on either, which
fortified.
is a little bit
Dire
strange to me.
has fortified structures.
Yeah, no, this is kind of what I was gonna say. Like,
Tower is
the
under
Dire are
siege.
actually getting everything they need.
gonna
I
go for this tower.
Tower is being attacked.
There's no Lich ult. Let's talk for a second about that Lich play, by the way. That ult was a big mistake. They needed that ult for this fight. If they had that ult, they could have defended this tower. They didn't have it, and there's no way it was going to kill in meta, and a Frost Blast would have had enough slow to probably, I think, get the kill. Maybe get a couple goo, get a Quill Spray or two in there, and he's dead. I think that was a huge mistake.
I agree with you because I
Dire's
think
gonna lose
the
their
Frost.
mid
I
tier.
don't think it would have mean they could have saved that top tower. But I do agree that it was a mistake to use.
You don't think they could have taken that fight with a Lich ult?
No, I
Maybe
don't think
not,
I don't think they were
Under siege.
together again enough after
Dire
the previous fight.
structures have been
But but I
If
certainly
they
for all
killed
the
them
other
both,
reasons
they might have
you
been
said.
together enough.
Yeah, for all the other reasons you said. Yeah.
Dire
Meta, ChangeMachine trying to go in again, but every time he goes in, then Legion is there to just steal his damage. I believe 30 of this stolen damage is from the Storm Spirit. He's
Yeah,
really
this is
struggling to
huge.
dive against this Legion.
I mean, it's not stolen damage. Storm
Is
still
it?
has it. Yeah, Storm doesn't lose
Okay.
damage.
Sorry.
Is
Yeah.
what I mean. But yeah,
Yeah,
Legion
okay, I see
now
what you
plus 50 damage, and that's all off a level 1 ult. That's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I think that I think that it's interesting. We see Radiant going for the strategy that Dire going for the strategy that I thought Radiant would go for. Dire's the one that's grouping up, pushing, punishing
Harbor
dives
gets
and
the
whatnot.
Omni Slash. That's a dead use. But Meta catches
Get
him.
a tornado off, but that
And again-
that spin is so good against the Dire.
It's too early though. He's using it basically first in every fight.
They go first on this Wraith King, and here's a TPM from ChangeMachine. Everyone's underneath the tower. Gal's
Yeah.
dead. Gimli goes in. A lot of close sprays are going to be flying out there, and a lot of trouble. This is going to be a lot of dead. Shadow Man dead. 2 down just only so far. Meta's running.
I think
He
Meta
does
will
not
make it
have
out.
He can have invoke in 1
Oh, no, he's
second.
not.
No, he's dead.
Those people had
I thought he'd
found
have
One
some
of
more
those
skulls of
Ghost Walk
cooldown.
had time to invoke it, and I think may just have casted it. No, didn't quite get off the cast.
Wanted to cast
we-
it, didn't have mana, needed to press magic stick
Haha's down
first,
here.
and died.
No TP.
Oh
So
dear.
what's he gonna do?
Oh dear.
Oh, is he getting
under
pinged?
siege.
No, he's not getting pinging himself. He has his tranquils, but
Hashtag just pinging
Dire's
myself.
bottom tower has been destroyed.
Oh, whatever. Too
he's in a
too
little bit of
tired for
trouble
this.
here.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
And we
Let's check the
so.
gold graph after that fight. It's another big swing up. The Dire was
Oy,
pulling it all up
oy.
together, getting it together, but now Radiant, biggest lead of the match, 13-9.
This is the thing. I think what Dire were doing really well before was not exactly pickoffs because it wasn't like 3-on-1 pickoff or anything. It was
Right.
But they were taking small localized fights to their advantage by nice rotations. What they tried to
and
do
they
there
were-
was just group up 5-on-5
Mhm.
and treat it like it was just a gank. Be still kind of a bit carefree about it.
Right.
Not focus on
right.
the lane. Not focus on the tower.
Well said.
Not focused on staying as a group of 5. And that's what Radiant did.
And I mean, their team is a pickoff team. They're not a push team. The Radiant has a great push team, not so much from the Dire. So I think the
Zeus
Dire should
again.
really be.
Monster going to be caught out on the back line. Centaur and Monster are both out, leaving Meta waiting behind. Going hashtag where is team? And that is the last time I will say hashtag. I promise.
But
And
I
after
mean,
all that work, this tower's going to be denied.
why is Hava spinning?
I don't know.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Drum and bass is the only sensible suggestion I have.
Okay.
Dire's
You
bottom
you
tower
you really
is
are
under
tired, aren't you?
I actually think that made more sense than most of the other things that I've said this time.
That's
That
a good
legitimately
point.
could have been
That
caused
was
by
a,
drum
that
and
was a
bass.
joke. That was a real joke. It wasn't just a random thing. That's a fair point.
Thank you. I
You're
think.
not normally the biggest joke caster, though. I like the sight of Grumble.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll change it then.
All right, you do
Yeah.
that. You'll become a change machine.
What is this? What is this?
So you get to do it and I don't.
Yeah, you get
Have you-
fine, whatever.
You get to have all the fun.
Nice use of illusions here from ChangeMachine though.
All right.
Proper scouting.
Dota.
Dota. Boring.
Indeed.
We should just cast Davide.
That's good.
And quite a few stacks in the dire jungle, but nobody's been taking the stacks. Oh no, I guess they have. Yeah, they have
Legion's a
been
stack
taken.
taker. Centaur's a stack taker. I mean, they have a lot of good stack takers. But I agree, they need to actually use Meta's in here now. He's actually cleaning them up some. Has one of
but
the
here comes
Oblivion staffs
Change.
done. Yeah, he's got support too. I think
He's
they
gonna get
stalled
caught by
some
that.
stacks with those
Oh no,
illusions.
he's not.
That's the orchid for Change too now. He is online. Now, what do you think about arcane boots here for the storm instead of power treads?
I mean, I'm not a
Um,
Storm player, so like
okay.
I say anything, and all the Storm players are going to be like, "What?"
Okay.
But aside from that,
Aside from that,
I gotta say it's probably what I would do because I would look at Storm as more of a caster than a right clicker. But this is the point where all the Storm,
I will say it
players
makes-
are like, "No, you're wrong, Grumble."
I will say it makes more sense considering that the team is relatively built, as we've discussed, for grouping up and pushing. And arcane boots are definitely better in those senses. So there's going to be a big smoke gank come out here. Meta's going to walk into this lich. He does catch him out, but here comes ChangeMachine. He wants to dive across this.
Gimli
cliff.
wants to come in.
Yep,
Oh,
here he comes.
Change
Where's
does.
the duel? Where's the duel? He gets the duel immediately.
I don't think that was a good plan, bro. 2 on 4 is not good math. Gimli being brought low, and that's a bristleback.
Change just wants to dive so badly. He really wants it.
Meta
Now,
thought he
how's
went.
Gimli going to play this? He's going to run into the side shop. I think if he just TPs,
Yeah, he's fine.
Should be fine.
The
Zeus
dire
lightning
team thought he was
bolt.
running down the lane.
if Zeus had just lightning bolted anywhere with the new Zeus lightning bolt that will find you and stun you when you're TPing, would have stopped him, but didn't have vision. Would have been a tough guess, so a forgivable sin.
What's this lightning bolt? What? Stun?
Lightning bolt's got a mini stun, mate.
What? No.
Mind blown.
Mind legitimately blown. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, you just click it somewhere, and if anyone in anywhere nearby is TPing, TP equals cancel. It will find you and it will stun you.
It will find you.
Not chain lightning for anyone on the
Yeah.
stream. Not chain lightning. Don't say I got this guy. It's chain lightning.
Sorry. When you
Lightning
said
bolt.
chain lightning, did you mean arc lightning?
Oh, is it arc lightning? God, I'm in.
I would not have known that in a million years. I just looked. We're getting really off track though. Really off track.
We are.
Harva
no, that-
farming nicely up in the Radiant jungle. I thought there was a smoke gank attempt going on here, but Dust Smoke is sitting in the stash, so
I
I,
think
don't
that
think
may
that's
have
what they
been
were doing.
That may have been a dust moment.
No,
I'm not sure.
no. If it was a Dust with an S moment, then what would have happened there is it would be coming straight out on the courier, and they'd also be standing there. So I'm not sure what that was. I'm curious.
I'm not sure what Dust is doing right now, actually.
just
He's just standing
watch
at top
Dust.
room for a while. It's so entertaining.
I wish I knew his Twitch link because he really deserved a
Okay,
shout out.
Omni
This has
has
been
Omni
some of the
Clutch.
most
He's gonna
entertaining
kill the
Dota.
Zeus. Yep, he's gonna kill the Zeus.
Unstoppable.
Just it.
Goodbye, Zeus. Was that an
Not
Omni
sure
Slash?
why
I missed it. Yeah, it was. He loves
I'm
doing
not
that
sure.
to
Yeah,
Zeus.
yeah, it was fast. He does like, but Zeus kind of just keeps like walking out solo scouting. I wonder if Juggernaut is around here.
I found him and used up
I
his
found
ult.
him, guys. Yes.
On the downside, I died.
Works for Pile, I die.
Dire's top
Works for
tower
NA
is under
Dota.
attack.
Shots fired.
Yeah, shots fired. I'll fire shots.
But it's fun. I think you talked in the draft about how you like the Legion versus the Bristleback. We haven't seen that matchup as much.
No.
It's been more effective against the Storm, but I think you're right. This Legion pick has worked out very well for the Dire. I mean, Legion is basically what's keeping them in the game. That and some meta plays.
Absolutely. There we go. Here we go. This is the duel you were looking for. They need lots of damage to get it though.
Got
But
it.
yep, they get it.
Legion great against in here like Bristleback.
Oh, wow, though.
Being able to run around. Whoa!
Haya wants it.
And here comes more from the Dire.
Nice
Three.
Stampede.
Dire doing
That's
a
exactly
good
what they
job to
want.
back up.
And
Very
they're out.
smart Stampede.
Get away from Gal! Get away from Gal! Get away from Gal! Gal, get away from Meta! Change comes in, gets a silence down on Meta.
It's Orchid on Orchid. Orchid on Orchid.
Monster finished
Oh,
off.
man.
A lot of the Radiant heroes brought low by that Legion Commander though. Dust with his ult.
Wow, this healing ward has made such a big difference in that fight. Oh, but they go in! That kills, kills off the Wraith King, not who you want to kill off first. Here's Legion Commander, she does not have a duel. She's in the tree.
Oh,
she's showing
Change!
herself.
So low! AA! AA! There it is! Beauty!
Hava is hitting very quickly with this Mask of Madness activated. Already has a Mant up. What do you think about this Juggernaut build, Grumple? As we see a quick pause come out from the Juggernaut.
Not one I'm familiar with. I'll say that. I mean, Manta to me is generally if you've got a... I guess it might be part of the pushing thing, maybe?
Mm-hmm. I
But-
still feel like Ags is so strong on Jug. Like, he's 9-0, so it's working. So I guess I can't complain, but so much.
Yeah.
Jugger is calling something coming out on the courier here. It's a Maelstrom. It does not look like Jugger's going to go for the Axe. He's going Mask of Magnus Maelstrom.
I'd like to see the Axe come out later. I mean, what he's going for, at least with the Manta style, is some decent stats on top of a decent damage item.
Right.
The push, I think, is... You wouldn't buy that on a Jug for push. It's weird. It's weird. This is Maelstrom, you're saying? Wow, it is.
Yes, Maelstrom coming.
I can see it. They just got to keep the poor bastard alive. That's the only problem, especially
Right.
with that Mask of Madness popped.
He
He's
hasn't
taking
really...
a huge amount of damage. Gal,
He
still
seems to
trapped in the
come
trees.
in... He either gets initiated on, or comes in as cleanup and just does a lot of damage. Obviously, the latter being better than the former, but it's a strategy that's working. He's 9-0-4. Kind of hard to argue with.
It is
Meta
indeed
calls out.
Battle of the Orchids.
Battle of the Orchids, absolutely. I think we're going to see a lot of Orchid on Orchid action from those two heroes. Hot, messy Orchid on Orchid action.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just having a quick look at the
So
items. Notable that PA's got a basher coming out to her now.
Who does?
A PA? Legion Commander.
Oh, yes,
That's
correct.
PA.
I was very confused for a second.
Buckler finished up on Lich.
Let's look at
Blink
this
out on the
bristleback.
Wraith
That's
King?
what I really want your thoughts on. I really want your thoughts on the bristleback.
Oh, you don't know Gimli's build on Bristleback, do you?
I do not, apparently.
Ah, right. He might not be doing it because this could be a Vanguard next, and you probably assume it is, don't you?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, I mean, okay, but default Bristle, you've got a Stout Shield, you've got a Ring of Health. You think
You go Crimson, yeah?
you think
You had said Pipe earlier in the game.
Pipe? I think would be better against Dire,
Uh-huh.
but the other option for Gimli on a Bristleback would be a Battle Fury.
I have not seen the Battle Fury bristleback. No, I
Yeah.
haven't seen that one.
In fairness, Gimli occasionally comes out with these gems and they work. So like, I'm not going to laugh
Often they
too hard right now, but it's a bit strange. I think the idea is he gets such good right-click bonuses from Warpath.
Yeah.
Is that right? Attack speed.
He does get bonuses from Warpath. It's damage, not attack speed. It's movement speed and damage.
Well, I mean that passes on to Cleave as well,
It does. It does.
and it gives you a little bit more damage. A little bit. I mean,
Sure.
I'm with him to the extent that I'll say, but I think Battle Fury is just a great item. You don't
I
need
think
it to
it's-
be an
I
awesome
think it's
combo
good
anywhere.
right now. I think it's underrated in this meta. I'd agree with that. Still not sure about it on a bristleback, but we'll see.
Well, let's see what he's doing. As I said, this might be a Vanguard game, and hopefully
Or
he's
Pipe.
obeying his captain
Could still be
anyway.
Pipe.
Gal has ventured out of the forest behind the
How
Radiant
many
lines
can
here.
pop this meta?
Dire's middle tower is
Yeah, but
under
I'm not really sure what he wants to do. There's a lot of Radiant heroes here.
I
So he
just,
gets
oh,
blinked out. Just blinks in. Oh, good blink away from Gao.
oh, and Judge Howloon. I mean,
He has
Is now here.
in one. He's gonna use it. Don't go on the Wraith King first.
no, they can just finish him off, get some quick and easy. Yeah, just get a quick
Oh, he
one of
didn't have his
those.
ult. Okay, I missed that. I was confused. My mistake. If you kill Wraith King with his ult with a duel, you get the damage.
You
I'm
do get the
pretty
damage.
confident. Yeah,
you do
okay.
get the damage. Wraith King still comes back. If you had a refresher orb, you could get it from him twice. If Legion Commander had a refresher orb.
Right.
Those
If Wraith King
refresher
had a
orb Wraith
refresher
King
orb,
games.
then
Love them.
he'd be
Unkillable. It's mad. There's some really funny videos of that online.
refresher orb, Aegis,
Mhm.
Wraith King,
Mhm.
Dazzle too. Can throw a 99 in there.
Whatever you can get. You pretty much have to go Shivas. That's the only requirement.
Just for the mana, or
Yeah. Think about it. Refreshers orb and 2 Wraith King ults? That's not
Sure, okay,
shruggable
okay.
at.
I mean, get a Bloodstone at that point.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, you don't
or
really need that
Valkyrie.
respawn time.
Radiant's gonna finish off this Roche. Give
Yeah.
the Aegis to our quite fed Juggernaut, who's probably gonna pick up a Mjolnir with his next item. I'd like to see him go Scotty after that.
Juggernaut. Do you reckon they try and take? They're certainly going to try and take this tier 2.
They're gonna
It
just
looks like.
push. They're just gonna go fight. I mean, they're so strong right now. This Juggernaut is so fed. Whether or not his item build is perfect, their team is scary.
Well, I mean, when you're building Squishy for more damage, it's great if you're ahead, right?
Right.
It's yeah. I mean, he could be tankier, and that might end up being his downfall. But it's
I
only a
think I
terrible
think he's doing
thing
the
if
right
the
thing.
other team ends up being ahead, kind of early to mid game.
Oh, he goes.
Beautiful.
On meta, gets tanked by the
Doesn't
Great Wave,
get
man,
it.
survives. Storm's
Change
gonna
Machine
kill him.
right in there though to finish it off.
Gets the duel on Gao. Gao gets the damage.
That was mad. Where was team though?
He's got the Aegis. Shadow Man is just standing there. He's gonna die. And it's effectively, it's a 1 for 3, 2 Aegis. It was a good fight from the Dire. Considering they were behind, I think they did fine, but too many respawns. I don't think they'll take racks here, but they might take a tier 3.
I think there were a couple of things they could have done better there.
What do
Meta,
you
I
see
think,
them
was a
for?
bit too far forward, given that it was a jug he was facing.
Okay.
Just a little bit. I would have preferred he was trying to get an initiation on the team rather than trying to pick off the Juggernaut with that tornado.
Sure. I mean, Juggernaut was going for him.
And they should have been supporting that that Legion. It was
Yeah,
an all or
Legion
nothing
could've
play.
left out.
I'm not blaming the team. Maybe Legion didn't call it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, Dust goes down.
Dust falls.
Dire's middle barracks
But
is
Hava's
under
just
attack.
tearing through these racks. Haha's walking forward. He's gonna get a stun off on Hava. Here comes the AO.
They
he's
get
dead.
him. They get him.
No rack falls. Gimli pox those drums.
That was ranged.
Gimli has bought a Perseverance Crumble.
There it is.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
tower is
it's
under
on the way.
attack.
It's on the way. Battle Fury
Oh,
on
is
the
it?
way.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
Confirmed. I guarantee you that's what it'll be. I can see it working really well with a
Boom.
particular team setup. Magnus,
Boom.
Darkseer, something like that.
I don't. Why Bristleback? If you want to build a Battle Fury, that's kind of one way I would put it. I mean,
We'll put it this way, if you were going to get a Bristleback, because of the wonderful tankiness and everything else the Bristleback
Okay.
can give, if you can pick up that Battle Fury fairly quickly, you're upping his damage potential a little bit, in addition to giving him a little bit of tank and a little bit more mana.
that turns him making farm much better. Well,
Whoa, this Lich Ult.
Lich Ult
Actually,
gets thrown out here. He has
didn't
not been catching
do
up
too
to
bad,
Lich
but
Ult.
Change Machine is
But
silenced.
Change Machine goes on the meta. I think he should have gone for the Zeus, who was the person that Lich Ult went out on. Gimli cleaving through everybody.
I mean, it's just yes.
Jesus.
That was a cleave kill because of his Battle Fury.
Immediate ultra kill from Gimli.
Yes, Battle Fury.
Hashtag critics silenced. Immediate ultra kill. I don't see any way that it's gonna work. It's clearly a bad idea.
That's insane. What are you talking about, you fool?
Oh, Gao could have stolen that orchid right then. He could have done it
That would have been a bit
if,
nice.
if his fingers were fast enough.
Oh, and Gao goes for the goes on change, gets it. Not a huge amount of support here for him though.
Does get the Juggernaut out. That's actually kind of okay. Gets the Storm, gets the Juggernaut out of the way.
Slows it down for a little bit at a time when they're pushing up tier 3s.
Yeah, I think that's actually that is a relatively effective type.
One more hit
I
from
still don't know how
Harbour.
they're gonna save this Rax.
They've got 4 heroes up now.
So much damage though.
There's a stomp.
Hit the Rax.
Oh,
Hit
there's the
Rax.
Rax. Harbour was trying, in all fairness. Ignore the Gimli, ignore the Gimli. Although, don't ignore the Battle Fury. Like, look at this. It actually is working. He's going to do it
Jesus
again.
Christ.
He's going to do it again. It's mad.
What is this?
It's huge.
What in the okay. I don't know what to say to this.
Orchid, don't
He's
care.
gonna kill Mana.
Invis.
Wow.
It's nuts. The damage on Battle Fury is huge.
I don't know what to say to this, Grandpa. I really don't. I really. There's no it was gonna work. No way.
I mean, I think part of it is the Dire heroes aren't expecting this, so the squishy heroes aren't splitting up.
I think against squishy heroes, when you're ahead, it's undeniably working. I don't know what to say.
And it would work if you had a Magnus or a Darkseer as part of your strategy, because you just build up huge damage on Bristle with Warpath. You could do that perfectly safely, just spamming spells, and then bam! As soon as you get that RP off, just right click while they're stunned and they're all dead.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Okay, well, I'm gonna shut up about it now because I could not have been proven more wrong. So I'll shut up.
It's mad. It's utter madness.
I will have to 100% admit that I was wrong.
This is
I don't
like
think
still
everybody should go ahead and
when
do
I
it
hear it,
now.
it's still like no, that doesn't make any sense. But every game that I see him play it, this happens.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. I really feel like it doesn't. But I cannot deny that it works.
You want Battle Fury on
So-
high damage heroes. Bristle can build up his damage a lot.
You want Battle Fury on high attack speed heroes because they're gonna their damage items will multiply the crit more often because of their high attack speed. Like Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage doesn't have high damage, he has high attack speed.
You can go either. You can go either way. You can farm the jungle with one big Battle Fury hit just as easily as 5 little ones.
Okay, alright. I can't I can't argue because the data is so strongly against me that you will definitely win. Because you'll say, we'll just look at it and I'll be like, okay, you're right. So, okay.
Point. I'm kind of wanting you to tell me why this is happening and make sense of the world
don't
again.
know.
Like, I get what you're saying, but I also
What I
can
will
kind of
say
see
is-
why it would work.
I think it's partially working because of the surprise factor. I mean, like the Dire heroes in the last couple of fights have just sort of really clumped and lined up really nicely for the Battle Fury to work. And you know, when you go against a Battle Fury hero, although we're going to see ChangeMachine, I think get ganked here. AO lands, there is a Invoker Tornado, but he has some mana. Here comes Wraith King. They don't go on the Wraith King first, they don't. They go on External Error. Kill him off quickly.
Gao gets a kill. ChangeMachine in trouble now as well.
ChangeMachine blows up.
Dust.
Okay, here comes the Battle Fury. Here comes the Battle Fury.
He's going to go for it. This is
Doing a lot of
possibly
damage
biting
now.
off a little bit more than can chew, because this is 1-on-4 and that's never
I
fun.
don't think that's not a Battle Fury mistake. But an Ultra kill for Gal. Wow, that's a big win. I mean, if they weren't racks down, I'd say okay, they're back in it. Down to racks with
One racks is
having
one
down
racks.
15K gold. Sure, oh, they're not out of it, but I'd be like, you know, it's a game.
If
Okay.
they weren't down a racks and they got that kill, I'd say that was huge.
Right,
Pop a
exactly.
quick smoke there
Yeah,
just for the movement speed to catch up with Harbour here.
Yeah,
And
great idea.
Praying this hits as well.
AO
And it
Ooh,
will!
wow. Shadow Man has been spot on with his AA ults.
There's a blink. Oh!
Oh! Great spin. Great reflexes from Hava.
We are seeing some nice cutoff behavior here from the Dire though.
Yeah. Whose smoke was that? Did you get the chance to see who
And they
actually
get him.
sent it out? They're gonna get him. He's dead.
Oh, no, apparently they're not. Yep, apparently they are. Oh, this is hard to call. There we go. He's dead. And they've got all these Radiant creeps who've been following
Yeah,
him for
I
quite
think
a
really
while.
wanted that duel. Wasn't quite able to get it.
He should
Japan
be able to get it here on
is
this tier 2
pushing
push.
it. I think they should push. I do not think they should back up. I think they should push right now.
Yes, 100%.
You have tier 4s, let them do their job, get this tower, and back up. Haha is already backing up, didn't have any mana, can cast his ult. That works, okay, that's fine. Invoker ult to clear, an AA ult to clear.
Oh,
Gal
Gal wants it,
not fast
just
enough with the
misses.
fingers. Ooh, mistake, need to back up. Zeus ult is down, you guys need to get out. You guys need to get out.
Yeah, back it up now.
Right idea, great
Roche
idea.
is up
great
in a
thinking
minute.
from Gal,
They
just
won't
not-
know that,
Just
but
not quite enough on his
he is.
fingers. Yeah, quick Roche timing, good for them, but I think they're just going to walk past it.
They'll check it. I trust Meta that much. 50 seconds till
That's
the
true.
respawn.
Yeah, not long enough.
Yep,
Oh,
they're checking.
but that's okay. They have an AA ult thing in
Oh,
there.
oh, there's another one.
Gets the double bottle. Double bottle.
They do need to get a lane or Axa, because they're losing the split
do.
push. Every time they have a fight, and Jug kind of has a choice. He can be there, and
With that said,
they're less likely to lose a fight, but if they lose a fight, it's more serious, because if he's not there, he
check
can
the
split
grass corner
push.
real quick, Humble. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you see.
Big swing. Dire pulling it back.
That experience graph is not even.
Scary. Gal gets gone on though. Change Machine on the mid, followed up by the Juggernaut ult as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful 5-man AA ult though.
And Juggernaut is used, so again, that's okay. He can buy back. That is again a semi-tactical feat. That would have been better if it was Zeus or AA, but I will take that. If I'm Dire, I don't think the Juggernaut needed to come. He needs to buy back though, like right now.
I wouldn't take it. I don't think a buyback is worth it. I would rather him be alive. But
Hey,
there's your buyback. There's your duel. The stomp goes down as well. Harbor's in danger. He gets finished off. Nope.
I think he's gonna die.
There we go. Only
Not
one
thinking
left.
enough.
Dust running out of the base down the mid lane. Oh, the
Of
epic
course.
ode of Dust.
Of course it's Dust.
Ode to Dust.
Oh, the AA ult! Ooh.
Almost. Almost. Same with Gal's.
I think that AA ult would have landed if he had kept running, but he had stopped the DP.
Tower is under
Yes,
attack.
it was a well targeted ult. I think creeps could take the spot towers very, very quickly if Dust
Hold on
doesn't get
a
up here.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh dear, problems. Change Machine possibly not able to continue with the match.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked. Radiant has fortified its structures.
Davidy friend, are you there? We
I
may
am
need
here
an
now.
admin call on something.
Destroyed.
Okay, what's the problem?
Change may need to leave.
Radiant's middle
We may need to do some admin talking and find out how we deal with this.
Okay,
I don't know if the
mean-
game needs to be paused. Change seems to still be playing, so we can maybe deal with it in a second and just talk through this next fight. Because we have got a 5-on-5, this could end the game either way.
yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'll just do pause after this fight,
Now.
and
Fingers crossed we can keep this game going.
he says he really has to go. I don't know what to do.
I wish there was a takeover.
He called it.
Well- Oh wait, Change is
Okay.
captain.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit better.
Yeah, it's better. It's acceptable. It's regrettable.
Oh, big team fight though, which Dire is conclusively winning. Dust going on Gal might be able to get what would be a very important kill with the help of the Lich ults. It's close. Gal manages to get the heal off, and that's a dead Wraith King.
Triple homicide.
Honestly,
well,
I think this is actually a fair time for it to be
Yeah.
called. Fairly fair.
Maybe. I don't know. It was a very close game. It's a shame. Would have loved to see the end of this one. Well, good game, everybody. It's a pleasure. It's gonna be a win for Gal. Congrats to Gal. Another win. That's 3 in a row. And I think it's gonna be into the King of the Hill for this week. But we'll be back again next Saturday. Please tune in, show up, hang out. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you
It'll be
so much,
grand.
Grumble.
It'll be grand. Yeah, and sorry about that. I do kind of think that the Dire team could have probably pulled that back.
It was close. It was
it's-
gonna be a real interesting game.
I think with that set of kills they just got there, they at least would have got mid-racks, and they were looking stronger going into the end game. So I don't think Change is going to be too torn up about that loss. It wasn't, you know,
It was close. It was very close.
it was close. I think it was tipping for Dire that time. Anyway, GG's all round.
GGs.
And yeah, as David said, thanks everyone for tuning in. Please do like, follow, subscribe, and yeah, next Saturday we'll have more, and also
Bye-bye.
possibly some JDL over the course of the next week as well. Ciao.